described as an unrepentant criminal who refused to accept responsibility for his actions.
In total, you are therefore sentenced to 3 life sentences, and you are also sentenced to 240 years imprisonment.
I know. I watched the clip too, and I was very, very shocked at the sentencing of 240 years, says Judge Ratha. Now, why am I bringing this to your urgent attention is because you already know Judge Ratha is the reigning judge in the Senzo trial, where the 5 accused, are being charged in common purpose, the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. What that means is if one is found guilty, it's all. So this is why the state is working really, really hard, in Gomezulu's words, to be cooking the evidence, and coaching outside of the courtroom, and coaching the witness outside of the courtroom, which, Baloyi got really upset and he had to report to his father. I meant to Judge Ratha. And Judge Ratha got really upset at Ngomezulu for calling him that he is colluding with the state. But I digress. What in the Mzansi Unfiltered is this clip? Let me know what it is. But first, before I jump into all the details that you're waiting for, please make sure you like this video, because you already know I'm already going to be bringing you a lot of information, and I'm going to let you know as well how this ties into the Senzo Meyiwa trial. But before we do that, just some housekeeping requests I have for you. If you want to become a channel member, make sure you hit the join button. It is down in the description box down below, as well a brand new, fresh off the press. I have created the brand new channel, just like you guys asked me to do, and it is going to be the home, the brand new home of everything Government of National Unity. If I find myself with an opinion, I'll be putting those videos over there. So you want to make sure you are subscribe to, that you turn on notifications so you do not miss those updates. Those are the house rules for today. But one more thing I want to add, Mzansi, have you liked this video yet? Did that video shock you or not? Could you recognize Judge Ratha? So let me jump straight into it. So that was literally, so what you need to know is the man, in that video, who is crying, so shocked at the sentence, as Judge Ratha reads it with the face that we have all become so accustomed to. So the man dubbed one man for single-handedly terrorizing Soweto communities was sentenced to 4 life sentences plus 240 years in jail by the Johannesburg High Court. Innocent Lungisane Mdlolo, who was 35 years old at the time, And at the time of that sentence, it was the 7th of March, 2019. Pre-retired Judge Ratha. So it goes on to say that innocent Lungisane Mdlolo, who is 35 years old at the time, became famous for evading justice after he escaped from the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court on 2 December 2014. So 2014 all the way up to 2019. I think that's a good 5 years if my quick math is coming through. A good 5 years where this man was missing, and he didn't just go missing and go under the radar. No, he continued doing extracurricular activities in the crime land. But it goes on to say the day, on the 2nd of December 2014, the day he was supposed to be sentenced by the late Judge George Maluleke, one man had been on the run since 2015 and was recaptured in Nigel Ekurhuleni in December last year, and consequent thereto, the matter was set down before who? Judge Ratha, to deliver the judgment as written by Judge Maluleke before his death. Do you remember the time when Judge Ratha said he's afraid that the Senzo Meyiwa trial might go on until he dies? What if he's already written his judgment and then they'll just suddenly have to read it? But I digress. So this judge, before he died, he already had a judgment. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but let's keep reading. Mdlolo was of the view that the death of Judge Maluleke would render his case retrialed before another judge. Judge Ratha explained that proceedings will be finalized as prescribed by Section 275 of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977, which states that any judicial officer of the court may, in the absence of the judicial officer who convicted the accused and pass sentence on the accused, or take such steps as the judicial officer who is absent. Oh my God. As we already know, one thing Judge Ratha will do, as we already know, he is going to pull out that criminal code and he's going to read and read, okay? In this case, he read section 275. So Mdlolo was convicted on 3 counts of 1 of murder, 10 counts of housebreaking with intent to rob, 5 counts of robbery with aggravating circumstances, and illegal possession of firearms and ammunition. In the interim of his reign of terror, the accused would accost victims in their motor vehicles, break and enter their homes, point a firearm at them, and demand money, cell phones, and laptops. He forced himself upon his female victims on 3 occasions, and on 1 occasion he shot and killed, Sinetemba Kagaza, who arrived at his home to find Mdlolo. Who arrived at his home to find Mdlolo in the act of forcing himself upon his sister. In his judgment, the late Judge Maluleke considered, amongst others, the impact of the crimes of the victims, stating that one of the complainants was now disabled as a result of stress and had left her work as a teacher. Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions Elaine Munsami maintained that Mdlolo should receive multiple life sentences for the terror he had unleashed. The NPA continues to denounce such acts of brutality and remains grateful that the sterling work of the late Judge Maluleke continues to live on. Now, Mzansi, why am I bringing this to you, honorable members and family members of Mzansi Unfiltered? When I heard that clip, the first thought I had was the 5 accused, most especially Ubongani Ntanzi, and I imagined the moment that they were sentenced. I imagined that they were sentenced and what that sentence would look like. The charges that this guy has, the charges that Mdlolo has here, are very, very similar. Very, very similar to the 5 accused. Will they be charged? Although it was murder of 1, okay? Let me read them again. Mdlolo was convicted of 3 counts of forcing himself on a woman, 1 of murder, okay? 10 counts of house break-ins. The 1 of murder is the brother who walked in on him performing the act on the woman, okay? Which she did not consent to, Usinetemba Kagaza, okay? And then he shot and killed the brother. Such a disregard of life. Either way, the brother and the sister in the act that he was performing. Although there was none of the 5 accused in the Senzo Meyiwa trial are being charged for forcing themselves upon a woman, there is a murder charge and there is robbery and aggravating circumstances and illegal possession of firearms and ammunition. That is in there within Judge Ratha's courthouse. So that's why it made me concerned, and it said, you know what, let me bring this forward. Let's talk about it. Let me hear what you guys think. This is, absolutely devastating. Absolutely, absolutely devastating. If you want to hear more details about this guy, what happened is he escaped from prison. He was supposed to be sentenced, okay? He was supposed to be sentenced and he happened to disappear. Okay, somehow he got away. And he continued his reign of terror, okay, until they recaptured him again. But in the meantime of him, disappearing, That day was the day he was supposed to be sentenced. Okay, I get it. It was the day he was supposed to be sentenced. So yes, the judgment was there. And he escaped. He escaped before the judgment was read out. And he was on the run for a good 5 years. And then he was captured. And then Judge Ratha, he put on his red coat and he came and read the sentence as he received it from the late judge. So it says that police have, so at the time that he disappeared, there's a notice that was put out, an alert that was put out, and it says police have launched a manhunt for a dangerous criminal who escaped a Palm Ridge High Court this morning at 9 a.m. and he was due to be sentenced for murder, forcing himself on a woman, armed robbery, housebreaking, possession of unlicensed firearm, and pointing of a firearm. Police are appealing to anyone who might know the whereabouts of the prisoner, Ulungisani Innocent Mdlolo, to come forward with information. All the circumstances surrounding his escape from the court cells are still being investigated. Like, how did he leave the court cells? Remember the time when the 5 accused were down under the prison, under the high court, okay, and they couldn't get them out. The key wouldn't open, and Judge Ratha was like, what is going on? And the wardens came up to say, listen, we can't open the door, okay, the key is not opening up. And Judge Ratha said, is there no back door? And I remember making comments saying, why would there be a back door? But it seems Ulungisani Innocent Mdlolo found that back door, okay? He made his way. He escaped the cells of the court, okay? And anyway, anyone who might have assisted him to escape will face criminal charges. Members of the public are warned not to confront him as he is considered very dangerous and he might be armed. He was due to be sentenced on the following counts: murder 3 times for forcing himself on a woman, 5 armed robberies, 10 housebreaking and theft, possession of unlicensed firearm, and appointing of a firearm. All these except the forcing upon a female, very similar to that of what the 5 accused are being charged with right now. Yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this sentence, okay? 3 consecutive. So he's being sentenced to 4 life sentences plus 240 years in jail. Now, I saw a comment. Sometimes going through the comment section can be a little bit overwhelming. One comment said, since he's supposed to serve 240 years, what happens if he dies before the 240 years? Does that mean that they will release the body to his family, or because he hasn't finished his sentence, will he be cremated by the state? Mzansi, let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on that comment. But that is it from me with regards to Judge Ratha, and yeah, that is it from me today with regards to Judge Ratha and this sentence that he read, since it's not necessarily his sentence. Let me know your thoughts upon it. Let me know your thoughts about it. And you know what? I will definitely join you there in the comment section. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Absolutely love it when you do. If you're watching from outside the club, please make sure you subscribe, okay? Consider subscribing and help us today to reach 34,000 subscribers. I can't wait. Thank you so much to all 34,000 of you in advance. Makes me so happy when I see the number move closer and closer to the big 100K. I can't wait for that moment. So for you to help me get there, please share this video and help more people find out about us. Remember to visit the description box down below and click those links. I absolutely would love it if you do. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on my next upload.